Hello, I'm the Renegade Gamer. Today we're going to be doing a review on Lollipop Chainsaw. Yeah, you heard me, Lollipop Chainsaw. Lollipop Chainsaw was made by Pseudo 51, and they're the creators of Killer 7 as well as a few other oddball titles out there, a few of them that are out right now actually. This game came out a couple of years ago, and it kind of received mixed reviews, some positive, some negative, and it's very easy to see why, because when we're talking about this game, I can't emphasize what exactly is good about it, nor can I emphasize what exactly is bad about it enough. Being an old school arcade player, growing up in the 80s, I love me some hack and slash. I remember Ghosts and Goblins and many other games I used to play, as well as on console. I also love zombie movies and outrageous humor in general. And this game has it in spades. So, let's go over what's good about this game. Well, the controls for the most part are pretty tight. The hack and slash gameplay works really well. You get a lot of chainsaw cutting maneuvers, and they work very well. You can figure out a maneuver and pretty much spam the hell out of it. You can purchase more by trading in zombie coins, which you receive by killing zombies. Oh, sorry about that. The game's hack and slash isn't terribly difficult, but it can provide you with a challenge until you familiarize yourself with the combos that you're going to be using, including your pom-poms and your chainsaw. Later on, adding into Chainsaw Blaster and a dash to your repertoire. The main character is Juliet Starling, and she's voiced by the ever so talented Tara Strong, known for many of her known for voice work of God knows how many characters. She did Harley Quinn, she did Riku from Final Fantasy X. She did tons of characters over the years. She's probably one of the most well-known voice actresses out there. And anyway, she does a lot to really make this character come alive. You can tell she's having a lot of fun with this role. Juliet is a Valley cheerleader that goes to Romero High School, which is a nice pun because of George Romero, and is dating a guy named Nick. And Nick's kind of a sarcastic son of a bitch, but he's a lot of fun too. She has two sisters. One is the quiet, sharp-shooting Cornelia, very cool, very calculated, and the extremely insane sister Rosalind. Seriously, what the fuck was up when they came up with her? Because she's completely nuts. She's bonkers as hell. She likes to get in the car, drive around, and basically is a psychopath in the car. Remind me not to get in the car with her. We also have her father, who's a Elvis wannabe. He's pretty cool on a motorcycle. And her mother, who seems like the only normal one in the bunch, as well as a very perverted sensei that taught her how to hunt zombies. So yeah, it's got a very quirky sense of humor in this game with all the characters, and it's up to the nth degree, man. Juliet is portrayed as a very sexy and airheaded valley girl, but we get the sense that she's got a pretty good heart at the core of it. It's actually pretty refreshing to see a character that is female that is actually this proactive. She doesn't just sit there moping around about the zombies taking over the high school. She takes her motorized weed whacker and goes to town on the sons of bitches. Being a zombie hunter and all, I'd expect no less. The jokes keep on coming in this game. They come at you left and right, and you're either going to like them or you're going to hate them. You got jokes such as zombies suck dick at driving, which Juliet says at the very beginning of the game. It's fucking hilarious. Of course, that's going to either fall flat or not. And you also have the sensei, who's perverted as hell. Nick, like I said, he's a very sarcastic person, and he's shooting off one-liners left and right. This game has a very quirky sense of humor. It's very outrageous. It's gross at sometimes, but I mean, it's got its own flair about it. So, you know, then you get to the best part of the game, which is my opinion, of course, the boss fights. Wow, these are some of the most fun boss fights I've seen in video games in a while. They're all musical based in some form, and they range from everything from like a punk rocker to a Viking death metalhead who shoots lightning bolts at you and tries to chow down at you with this giant moving head. You know, the punk rocker throws this foul language at you, which is pretty fucking hilarious when you see it. You know, it's a lot of fun. You know, these fights are very challenging. They have you know, they're kind of like a puzzle. You got to figure out how to beat them exactly. You can't just go in there wielding your chainsaw. Each one of them you have to work out the formula how to beat the boss. And yeah, they're pretty fun. I mean, they're some of the most fun boss fights I've seen in quite some time. You know, I constantly wanted to see what was the next boss that's going to be in the next area in the game. You know, it was you know, like I said, you had punk rock, you had a Viking metalhead, you had a Janis Joplin kind of wannabe hippie, a funk master, and you know, even Elvis to a degree. You had old school rock and roll, and me being a music emphasis, you know, I love music a lot, and I'm real old-fashioned rock and roll fun guy. I recognize a lot of these musical things that they're taking, and it's a lot of fun to see. Speaking of music, this is something I have to say about this game. The music, which is in this game, fucking rocks. And I love the fact that you can set the music to whatever soundtrack that you want to have, that you can buy in the game before you go into each stage. So, you know, it's a sweet maneuver. You know, you pretty much can go around cutting up zombies, listening to, you know, death metal or you know, rock and roll or whatever the hell you want to listen to on there. And that part is really sweet. You know, you get to hear the Lollipop tune anytime you go into the Chop and Shop shop, where you can always get new maneuvers, and you can also buy more music and art designs and, you know, costumes. But it's a lot of fun. I mean, you know, you hear lollipop, lollipop, lollipop. Anyway, and then of course, not to mention, of course, the the fact that you hear, "Hey Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind." Hey Mickey, anytime you start cutting off zombies' heads in sparkle mode, which is a mode you acquire by cutting off 3 zombies' heads in a row, which isn't really as hard as you think. Well, actually, you acquire it by building up this meter, and once it's full, you can activate it, and then you can go into sparkle mode. But anyway, side point. Moving on. Anyway. So, you know, that's some of the good stuff, and, you know, the good stuff's good. Unfortunately, this game has some bad stuff, and there's quite a few things that really hold this game back from being as good as it should be. It's got quite a few loading screens in this game, and I know this is a big problem for some people. It doesn't really bother me to a degree. I can deal with it. But I know a lot of people that get annoyed by a long loading screens, and this game does have that. But that's not my real major complaint in this game. No, my major complaint is this. If I had to put it in, the major complaint is minigames. Now, I don't really understand why they did this. I guess it's to break up the zombie cutting action. Maybe they felt it would be a little bit too repetitive. But I can say 2 words that basically summarize everything wrong with the minigames in this game. So, I was going to get loud here for a second, but I have to emphasize this. Okay, here's the 2 words. Zombie baseball. Zombie fucking baseball. Oh my god, I wanted to rip my fucking eyeballs out if I had to play that fucking minigame again. Oh, it's so fucking frustrating. It's so poorly designed too. It's atrocious the way they did it. What the fuck, man? You know, now some of the minigames were fun, you know, such as the pole dancing chainsaw spin, which you spin around, you cut all the zombies' heads off. You know, that's a lot of fun. You know, but then they had some that were just like, what the fuck, man? You know, stage 4 is completely full of mini games. You know, you had the building one where you had to climb up and you constantly have things thrown down. It's really reminiscent of the old arcade style games. And the way they did it, it was poorly designed. It's what to make you rip your hair out. It just pissed you off left and right, unfortunately. Other things that might get on somebody's nerves. You have quick time events with instant failures, such as the times when you have to put Nick's head on a zombie body. Like I said, I don't know exactly what the developers had. You know, maybe they had a lot of ideas. They wanted to spice the game up and with these mini games, but honestly, overall, they just hindered the experience of the game. It does add some flavor in areas, like I mentioned, the pole dancing. There's also the vault jumping and you bouncing on top of each one of the zombies' heads. You know, those things work. I mean, they're fine. They're fun. But a lot of these other mini games, they just really, really piss you off. Anyway, moving on. Then you have the story, which is basically this zombie apocalypse, or well, not apocalypse, zombie outbreak takes place on Juliet's birthday, and she has to take care of it. You know, after saving her boyfriend's life, her boyfriend Nick's life, by basically cutting his head off and casting a magic spell on it, and then strapping it to her hip, she goes to town to take out the dark purveyors to stop the outbreak. That were summoned by a emo kid. There's really no other way to put it. He's an emo kid. While the story isn't really anything you're going to write home about, it's filled to the brim with a lot of pop culture references, gross and crude humor, as well as subculture and humorous commentary on society itself. I mean, it's got a lot going for it. I mean, the story, like I said, isn't really depth in a lot of areas, but it's fun. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, I've been talking about this game for the last 12 minutes, and I just want to make it very clear. I do enjoy this game. So here's my final thoughts on it. Okay, in retrospect, it's a very good game. It's a lot of fun. But the things that are holding it back are the mini games. You also have some long loading screens. The game isn't very long. It's ranging from about 6 to 10 hours, depending on your skill. You know, this game was really designed to be replayed over and over and over to see if you get a higher score, and also to unlock all the unlockables. Despite all that, I did enjoy this game immensely. I would recommend buying this game at a bargain price, such as $20. I think with a little more polish, this could have been a really incredible game. But the flaws that are holding it back are really bad, and therefore my rating can't go no higher than a 3 out of 5. It's still a good game. It's just the flaws do show in this game, unfortunately. I do recommend it, but they are there. Yeah, so that's pretty all I got. Much all I got. I got some other things I'm going to be reviewing here in the next couple of weeks, so tune in if you want, and I'll catch you later. This is the Renegade, and I am out of here. Bye.